Hello, namaste, sat sri akal, adab, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers all over the globe. Welcome to the Elite Crimes Illegally Legal channel with the same vision, the same mission, and the same dream for one and all. A noble and peaceful society, truth prevails everywhere, and justice for all. This journey was started, the diary readings had started on Meenaji's channel, and Deepti ji was doing a fantastic job over there. Meenaji did a commendable job as well, supporting Deepti ji into reading the drives. But due to some personal differences of opinion, Meenaji is no longer going to host the programs. So Deepti ji has decided to do it on her own channel without wasting much of the time of the viewers, because I'm sure each and every one of you over here are out on the quest of truth. Let me present in front of you Deepti ji. Deepti ji, welcome to the show.
Hi Dhruva, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Okay, thank you for giving a beautiful start to this show. And I just want to tell the people over here that we are not hosts, we are just truth seekers who have laid our hands on some buried truths, like Srideviji's death, which was brushed aside as accidental drowning, and Sushant's mysterious death, which the agencies have not taken anywhere even after 2 years. The Mumbai police botched it up, and then it's close to 2 years that the case has been taken over by the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI), but it is also strangely acting or not acting at all, and not issuing any statement, not updating about any progress in the investigation, and on top of that, when since we had our sources in the industry, because we were pursuing Sridevi's case since 2018, so we had our sources from inside the industry. We got to know about these drives, a copy of these drives in January 2021. Okay. So at that point of time, I didn't show much interest towards it because I was already harassed and pressurized because of taking up Srideviji's case. I was being harassed financially from all angles, and also dates were being given by the Supreme Court of India, but not a single hearing was being given. And even after discussing Srideviji's case with the Honorable President of India, with the Honorable Prime Minister of India, with the Honorable then Law Minister of India, Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, all we got when the case was in Supreme Court of India, all we got was interference and blocking of hearings for Srideviji's case. So at that point of time, I used to think that our government didn't want to spoil relations with Dubai, so they are not showing interest in opening up Srideviji's case, in spite of all the proofs and evidences that we had, because of which it got accepted as criminal petition in Supreme Court of India on November 26, 2018 in the first place. But then, strangely, the same government, okay, Maharashtra government is corrupt. We all know that. Okay, Mumbai police is his hands in glove with the media, with the mafia. Okay, we all know that. But the question here is that now the Central Bureau of Investigation is a central agency which reports to the PMO, Prime Minister's Office, and the HMO. So what is stopping it from doing a truthful investigation of Sushant's mysterious death? Okay, because I have approached CBI office 4 times, twice in Mumbai in the month of August 2021. Okay, before making the drive contents public, I had approached CBI. My team member had spoken with Delhi's office, and we had set up an appointment to meet in Mumbai, to meet Nupur Prasad ji in Mumbai. But in spite of the set meeting and in spite of the set appointment, she didn't meet us. We were told that she was called on some emergency to some other office. Okay, we had gone to Bandra Kurla office, and she was called to some other office. That was what we were told. So then we went to NCB office. We met then NCB chief, Samir Wankade sir's PA, who gave us who, who spoke to us very encouragingly, since we had some information about the drugs angle as well. We wanted to pass that information, since I flew all the way from Bhubaneswar to Mumbai, that too at the time of lockdown. So to make the trip successful, I visited NCB office. When I couldn't meet Nupur Prasad, I went NCB office, and Sharat sir, Samir Wankade's PA, he spoke very encouragingly, and he told that he is not in town right now, but I will give you an appointment soon. And true to his word, Sharat sir called me and he gave me an appointment 1 week later. I again flew to Mumbai, again went to CBI office. But again, all I got there was, no one cared in the CBI office in Bandrakula. So I went to NCB office, met Samir Wankade sir, had a discussion with him, passed on whatever information we had regarding the drugs angle, and that was it. And then later, in August, I'm sorry, it was in 2020. Okay. So in 2021, August, we went to Delhi, CBI headquarters, and I submitted the application to regarding these drives that we have got, and asking CBI to validate them, because these drives contain important information. Up to till now, whatever drives we have covered, they have provided information about who are those people who will be responsible if he is killed. Okay, so we have already covered that. So the thing what we are getting to know from his drives is that, and let me tell our viewers over here and all the SSRians that these drives are an important piece of evidence and proof that Sushant was not into depression, Sushant was not a druggie, and this drive also establishes the motive for many people to kill him. And this drive specifically mentions the name of few people who will be responsible if he is killed. So these drives can be verified, authenticated, and used as the valid proof in the court of law as well. And each and every slide of the drive can be verified and established for its authenticity, and verified for any tampering or edits that have been done later along with the timestamp. So this is how pakka, how concrete an evidence we have in Sushant's case. We had concrete evidences in Srideviji's case as well, but unfortunately, neither is the media giving it attention, nor the government is giving it attention, but all attempts are being made. And I am being harassed because I took up a case which the governments of two nations didn't want the public to know, didn't want the truth to come out. So by divine intervention, I got to lay my hands on Sushant's drives. So after going through it, I felt that everyone should know the truth as to why Sushant sacrificed his life. Okay. So I will start off from where I left on Meenaji's channel. It's very unfortunate that I'm not able to continue on her channel because personal beliefs, whatever it is, Meenaji is no longer comfortable with the rest of the drive contents being read on her channel. But having said that, we cannot negate the contribution that she has made to this movement, the platform that she has given for 44 sessions, each of around 1 year, 1 hour duration. So we can't negate her contribution. My best wishes are always with her. And we will continue from where we left on Meenaji's channel. Okay. So this first session, it is new for me. I am not a good host. I don't know how to host, say hi, hello, namaste, everyone. I can only tell what I have gone through, what I have done, what happened to me. And social media is a platform, it does give us a platform.
Deepti ji, I beg your pardon. Can you give me a break here for a minute?
Yes, please.
People follow truth because truth doesn't need any introduction. People are following you because you have got out something which no one could lay their hands on. Truth itself is a sensation. And when the sensation is backing you up, Why are you worried about being a good host or not? I need to sign off. Take care. Enjoy the show, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Dhruvaji. Thank you. Okay, without wasting any more time of the viewers, I will continue reading from where I left last in Minaji's session. Okay. So from here, whatever I read will be Sushant's words. Taking a break from the person's words, I have some general knowledge to share here with the public, which is very important for all of us to know. If you get a suspicious call or some call wherein anyone is trying to blackmail you, threaten you, use derogatory language which can do harm to you, or any such contradictory stuff, remember the following what you have to do. If the voice on the other side is echoing, then make sure you keep your phone on speaker mode and talk to the person. Make sure that the person doesn't get an opportunity to hang up the call before 30 seconds. If the person hangs up the call, ensure that you do not contact that number at least for the next 10 to 12 minutes. Never call the number. Make sure that you don't call the number back. There should be no incoming from your side to the number, as this can go against you. How? Let me explain. The person did call and threaten you, and the call was well under 30 seconds. Today we have voice recording and automatic call recording options, but this too will not work in our favor because the call was for a very short duration. And if you call and blast back, the adrenaline pumped in your body will very easily ensure that you end up speaking at least for 5 minutes and you have blasted out on the person, and this can be used against you. These are some things which I request every common man to follow, as the people who want to con you use these tricks on you. And yes, remember, remember this as well. If someone calls you and asks you to install TeamViewer, AnyDesk, or any such remote application on your phone to help you get a job or process a loan for you, decline the call right away and report the number to your nearest cybercrime or police station. If you do not want to do this, please ensure that you inform all your family and friends about this. This is a new method the scammers have begun to use to scam you people. Let me give out some important information here before we continue with the actual chapter that we are discussing. As the saying goes, everything that is a boon can be turned into a curse if the purpose is not used the way it should be used. Let me explain what happens so that everyone knows for sure what is the trick that is being played. Remote access support softwares like AnyDesk, AmiAdmin, TeamViewer, LogMe Intech Console were designed to help technicians to solve some software issue that is on your computer without actually coming into your office. And this was a boon to the world of technology. But as days passed, some people with evil intentions started cold calling people claiming that they are from Microsoft and they are here to help you with a problem that is on your computer. These type of calls, or rather what I would say, scamming techniques, were at full bloom in the first part of the 21st century, 2010 to 2015, because back then most of the banking transactions would happen on the computer through net banking. Though there were mobile apps back then, the mobile apps were not as user friendly as they are today. Rather, let me say 2008 to 2013. Tech savvy people never entertained such people, but common people like you and me fell for these scams. The only thing they would do is they would take remote access on your system and show you the following: event viewer for the errors event viewer for the errors warnings and critical warnings. Then they would ask you to open Task Manager and show you the heavy CPU usage. Then they would ask you for what kind of antivirus you are using and ask you to open your antivirus and show you that your antivirus is not working. Finally, to conclude, they would ask you to open the command prompt on your system and ask you to type in some commands like dir/s or attrib. Now here, I am well aware what these commands are, but some people who are innocent and use the computer only, maybe to send an email or play games, they fall into such traps. What do you think is happening? Though some errors and warnings on the event viewer screen are such that you have to give attention to, one in a millennium chance of this to happen. Unless you have servers and other major things connected to your system, most of these errors and warnings are nothing but application crashes or network websites not opening due to lack of proper connectivity. Your computer is totally fine and you have nothing to worry. People might feel I am being a bore here, as this is generic information. But remember, there are many innocent people out there who have no idea what all this is. And since my mission is to ensure that I keep everything out in front of the common man, I will ensure that I stick to my word. I am sorry if I am being a bore, but for me, any mission will never succeed unless everyone is on the same page. The task manager screen that you have opened, the way they take you to this screen, if you have no idea how keyboard shortcuts work, you will feel that a master technician is at work. Let me tell you some ways to open Task Manager are: press and hold on the Windows key and then press R. The run command box will open. And in the run command box, type in TASKMGR. Task Manager will open. The next step is press and hold on Control tab. Then press and hold on the Alt tab and then press the Delete tab. You should not release Control and Alt while you are pressing Delete. This will put your screen on the Screen Lock tab and you will see Task Manager right up there. That's how you come into the Task Manager. Then they will tell you to open the Resource Monitor and ask you to click on CPU usage. Your computer will show heavy CPU usage at the moment. Why? Because you are connected to the internet, because you have just installed an application, because the application is remotely connected to another system. If the CPU is showing heavy usage access, it is just because the very application that the person who asked you to open is consuming all space. Your system is absolutely fine. Nothing is wrong. Getting to the antivirus part of it, you purchase your system from a local shop by giving him your requirements. You tell him all that you would want to do on your system. The vendor would suggest you a paid version of the antivirus or a copied version, which you can opt for. Most of us go for the copy and not for the paid. Hence, the copied version will not have all the characteristics the paid one would. But we are unknown about this. We fall trap, and this is how we get scammed. Even if your antivirus shows that your computer is at high risk, your computer still is very much safe. And all you would need is a security scan to be done. And you yourself can find out what is the error that your system has. The commands on the CMD prompt is a huge subject, and I would request you to gather informations about them from the web. As if I go ahead and explain it here, I will have to spend a lot of time doing so. But a rough summary would be that attrib is the attributes on your computer, and this is not any kind of risk or attack on your system. dir/s are the directory files on your computer, and in most of the common cases, for common people, C drive will be the drive that is most loaded, as all your downloads and system programs are installed there. These are no risks to your computer. This pattern of scamming people ran for a long, long time. But then people started getting smarter. I can explain the process here, but let's do it once I explain the latest pattern in which people are getting scammed. Then we continue with the chapter we were discussing. As this topic came up, I feel this is the best time to explain this to the public because, as I have always said, no mission becomes successful till each and everyone who is involved in the mission is on the same page. And unless this happens, we can never taste success. At least everyone should have basic knowledge about most of the subjects. And the bottom line is that the beauty of knowledge is such that knowledge grows and multiplies the more you share it. So let's all join hands together and teach each other what we know so that we are better prepared to face all the dire consequences and the situations that we are to face, and be better prepared to rip these people of their spine, as these parasites have nothing else to do than scam people and rob people of their money. As people got smarter, the scammers went one step ahead. Now, what they do is they approach you on the following grounds: either you have won a prize or lottery, you have been selected for a well paid job, your loan has been approved, and you have to fill in your information on an application. The biggest curse to us humans is those data management companies and that service which some apps want you to take, where your information is collected and sold to such people. This is another industry in its own, and this industry is fairly doing a decent job in providing information for a cost. These people call you and tell you blah, 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 blah. Then they say, see, in order to get you this, we need you to fill in an application. The first link they send you would be a dummy, and the link would have crashes in between. And you say it is not working out. Then the person on the other side asks you the following questions: is your mobile number linked to your Aadhaar card? Is the mobile number linked to your Aadhaar linked to your bank account as well? What type of phone do you use? Android or iOS? Are you taking are you talking to us on the same phone? Do you have a spare phone? Depending on the answers you give, I will explain the scenario. When you're talking on the phone, where your registered mobile number to bank and Aadhaar is the same, you have it on the same phone and you are talking to them on the very phone, as this is what happens in most of the cases. Because the data that you have provided has given them all the idea on how they can scam you. The caller says, we are here to help. And because you are not able to do it yourself, we are here to help all. All that you now need to do is, do you have your earphones? Does your phone have one SIM or multiple SIMs? Do you have a Wi Fi connection? If you say you have multiple SIMs, which SIM card do you use to connect to data? Once all these hiccups are set and you are in for them to trap you, the game starts. Now, what I request you to do is open Play Store, type in any desk in Play Store, download the application, run the application, give yes to all the parameters the application is asking. Now open the application. Give us the digits you see on the application on your screen. Do you see an incoming connection? Give yes to it. Once you give yes to it, the application will throw up an error message warning you about the risk involved. Select the option where it says, I have installed the application myself and know the risks involved in this. This actually is the first warning for you that you are being scammed. But human nature cannot help it. You are so desperate to get something for yourself, you have thrown all caution to the wind. Thank you. You are now connected to us. Do you use WhatsApp on the same number? Or kindly share the number you use WhatsApp on. Have you received a link on your WhatsApp? Is the link showing in blue color? Please save our number for future communications and check if the link is showing blue color now. Click on the link and open the page. Now fill in the information that it is asking on that page. While I am here to assist you fill in all the information accurately for the best results. Like a fool, you have filled in all the informations. Most of the times, this is the pattern that is followed. Just to gain your trust, the message that is being shared to you will always be blue in color. Because as soon as you click on that link, the link will divert you to the target page. But if you are told to save the number for future conversations, you automatically start to believe them. The psychology that is played on your mind here is that you are already on a call and you cannot call and check the number that has been sent to you, this WhatsApp message. Now, in order to process your application, you need to pay a nominal fee. This most of the times is under 1000 rupees, and the deal that is being shown to you is much more worth than the processing fee you are being asked to pay. From here, there are two ways that you can be scammed. One, open the dialer screen on your phone, enter your debit card details, enter your card expiry date, enter the CVV number, the three-digit number that is mentioned on the backside of your card. Now you must have received an OTP on your phone. Go to the messages and type in the OTP number. Dash 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 amount gone from your account, and the process begins. We will need 3 to 4 minutes for the application to process, and please ensure that you do not exit from the screen that you now see in front of you. Under a minute, you get another message from your bank that dash 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 amount from your bank is deducted, and the current balance in your account is dash rupees. Not more than 1 to 10 rupees, all your money is gone. I will explain how this happened. But before that, let me give you the other scenario as well, so that we all know what are the steps we need to take in order to ensure that we do not fall prey to these kind of scams. Scenario number 2. You use UPI, right? Open your UPI application and process the incoming payment request. Now sit back and relax while your application is processing. You have got one debit message for the request of the amount that you asked to make the payment for. Here the person would say, please don't exit from this screen or hit the back button till the application processes. And when you lay back and wait for the application to process, you get another message that dash 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 amount from your account has been debited and all your money is gone. How did this happen? The warning message that your phone gives you is to make you aware that you are giving off your entire phone to the person who is asking for this particular access. You are glued to screen and asked not to go back, but your phone is mirrored on their system. In the first scenario, like a fool, you have typed all the information and you have even given out your CVV number. And also, the registered number is on the same phone. The amount debit alert message has come and it shows your current balance. While you are kept glued to the screen, these people will open a new tab on the system and process another payment, which naturally is all the money in your bank and you are robbed. In the second case scenario, you have entered your UPI PIN, the amount has been debited, and the debit message has come. So while you are glued to the screen where the application is processing, the immediate next step would be similar, and your money is gone. The one important thing to ponder over here is that UPI has a threshold limit and it is you who is giving the scammer an idea what he should really be doing. When you fill in your information, there is one tab on that application that asks you for your monthly and annual income. Here they gauge what they should be doing. Beware of this as well. Sometimes what they tell you is after collecting your WhatsApp number, I have sent you a QR code now. You will receive 20,000 instantly in your account as soon as you finish this process. What you have to do is very simple. Scan the QR code, then enter your UPI PIN. The money will be credited in your account. Remember one thing, for the money to credit in your account, you do not need to enter your UPI PIN. What you are doing here is you are paying the person who has sent you the QR code. Kindly understand that remote applications can take total access of your instruments. It is not safe to enter all your details anywhere on the internet. No loan or application can be processed this way. If you want a loan, then the best thing you should be doing is approach your bank or apply for a loan on the website of the banks you bank with. Most applications on Play Store are scam when it says they will provide you loan. Be very careful before you give out sensitive information pertaining to your cards or other banking informations. Finally, be very careful about what you are doing and what is coming to you. Before you decide to take any step, it's always best to be safe than sorry. It is not that easy for anyone to get the better of you till you want to make a fool out of yourself. And it's always best to avoid such people. Now, if you ask me, how do I have so much information about all this? The thing is very simple. Because I was doing these kind of works, I had to keep changing my numbers. And thanks to Asif Bhai and Sandeep, we always used to manage to get SIM cards from some people who trusted us on their names. And the reason I got to know about this kind of scam is I experienced it myself. Though I was well aware, I just wanted to study the pattern. The pattern was the same. Asked for my mobile number, asked whether it is linked to my Aadhaar card, asked whether the same number is the registered mobile number of my bank. Then he asked me whether I use a smartphone or not. Then he asked me whether the number is linked to WhatsApp or not. Then he sent me a link. I logged into the link. There were issues. He then told me to relax as he will help and asked me to install any disk. I did. Then he started. Kindly fill in the application. I did the following. I did fill the application, but with account numbers that randomly came to my mind. The bank also I mentioned was not mine. IFSC code, I did Google search and entered the IFSC code. I got a message. You have been approved for a personal loan of rupees 15 lakh and there is only two more steps to process your loan. The caller told me to press continue. The next screen was there is joining fees of rupees 599. Please pay 599 now. Options were UPI or mobile banking. I told the executive I use neither. That's when he said, there is nothing to worry. I will help you out. Do you have your debit card with you? He asked. I said yes. Now open your dialer screen, press star, enter your debit card number. Press star again, now enter your card expiry date. Press star again and enter your CVV number. The CVV number is present on the back side of your card and is a 3-digit number. I did as I was asked for, then started the game. It is not processing. Are you sure you have entered the right numbers? Please try entering the numbers again. This went on for like 20 minutes. But what the executive was not making out was that each time I was entering a different card number, but managed to remember the CVV and the expiry date, which I was keeping it the same. After trying all the tricks under the sun, the executive said, Sir, there must be some issue on our system. I will make sure that I will escalate the matter and Now my senior manager will contact you for this, and hung up. The next day, the senior manager called. The senior manager was like, "There has been some issue here, sir. Can you help me out with your email address? We will send you an email with all the details and also the link for you to make the payment." I gave him the email address. The email came from a Gmail account. I asked you are I asked, "You are a registered company, right? Your website says that you are certified by the RBI. Why is it that your customer service number no one called back? What is with the payment? Why the processing fee? As soon as I pay the processing fee, will you ensure that the money gets credited to my account? How much time will it take?" The senior manager, like a wizard, started spinning a web of his rebuttals on me and made sure that he would convince me and get me to do what he wanted me to. I simply asked him one question. My loan is approved, right? So what if you credit the amount first and then I pay you the processing fee? I will tell you my name so that you can trust me. He said, "What has your name got to do in this? We are a company and we have strict norms." I then told him, "Do you watch movies?" He said, "Yes." "Have you heard the name of Sushant Singh Rajput?" He said, "Yes." "You are talking to him, sir," I said. The man hung up the call. I immediately changed my number that day itself. I had heard about these scams. The only reason I entertained him is because I wanted to study the pattern. I wanted to get an idea about the ways these people use to scam people. What is the strategy they apply if something doesn't go as the way it should have? And finally, what do they do if the deal doesn't go through? Now I have all the information, and it is my duty to tell you people about it. These people are scammers. It's your hard earned money. Unless you have verified credentials, do not believe such schemes. They are there only to scam you. Make sure that you use your phone with utmost care. If you only have one, and if you have two, ensure that the number you use for your banking purposes, you never share it anywhere. Marketing calls unless you get to know the complete agenda. Don't give out any of your personal information. Small steps taken towards your own safety will help you stay safe and secure. It is just that you need to stay alert and not let your need take over your intellect. I agree times can be tough on you. It can be like it is easy for me to say, but the fact is otherwise. These deals can be true or false. Not all companies are the same. Some are really genuine out there. Agreed. There are some real genuine people out there. But what is wrong if you take care of your safety? Follow this small exercise. Anyone who calls, instantly look them up. Check for the reviews about them. Check for the complaints written on them. If they have an app, go to Google Play Store and read the reviews. If it's an Indian company and the reviews are from Google user or some foreign name, then you are in for a scam. Try the customer care number at least 20 to 25 times with different names. Each time, see how they respond. If they send you a link on WhatsApp, instantly hang up the call and contact the WhatsApp number. Use your own safety measures. I'm not sure me writing all this out will give the scammers better ideas, but it is up to us. We have to be very careful not to trust anyone else but the bank we bank with. Put a full stop to all these people and trust only those websites that have certifications. Yes, certifications can be bought, but then see how old the company is and then take your call. We need to take care of our own safety, and no one will do anything for us unless we want to do something for ourselves. Please be very, very careful and aware of everything, and make sure that you have your security parameters covered before you end up making a decision. This is what each one of us should do, and this is your responsibility which you have to abide by. Getting back to the topic on hand, the person continued, "We couldn't trace the call back. Mahajanji was so brilliant that the next person who he dialed from his phone was Kalyan Singh. I was shocked and was just looking on the Mahajanji. Those words still ring as loudspeakers in my ears. Mahajanji said, Kalyanji, I have known you for years. Now, at least, what you could have done is that you should have made someone else speak to me on the call. Biting a cloth in your mouth and talking, do you think I did not make out? I am very well aware of the complete scenario. And yes, I need something to back it up with. That is why I am silent. Else, until now, I would have gotten my step to success. The person said, I was in a bit of confusion here. What did these statements mean? From one side, Mahajanji was trying to repent on his mistakes. On the other side, he just wanted to get back to power. What to trust, what not to. I was in total confusion. But looking at the stars on my head, Mahajanji told me, why has your face become gloomy? Are you thinking what you should not be? These people only understand the language of power. And for me, getting back to power is the only way I can ensure I am safe and still go on working towards exposing the wrongs done by these people. There is no doubt that a reform should happen, but it is very important how we start it, said Mahajanji. The biggest connection to the entire incident that Mahajanji found out revolved around one name, Subramanian Swamy. I am not sure what it was, but if I am to tell you what I was told, then Mahajanji was discussing it out with all of us that ever since his return to India in 1986, Swamy has been very good friends with Rajiv Gandhi. And also, there are a lot of schemes that are cooking in between the two of them. Rajiv Gandhi taking him to a political Rajiv Gandhi taking him to be a political well-wisher, and Swami agreeing to go to China with Rajiv Gandhi for discussions. These two angles are what we need to work out on this. Swami is a very interesting character, told Mahajanji. Mahajanji went on. Swami had once casually said if Rajiv Gandhi was given a second chance, he would make a great prime minister. What? And let me tell you some inputs on the same. This issue might or might not be connected to what happened in Godhra, but for where it all started, but yes, some other connections this association made and the impact it had on the Indian politics is what we need to be on lookout for. For me, trying to get to the root of this is important because I want to make sure that we have all the angles covered before we sit down for negotiations, as this will help us keep a strong point, and also I will be able to teach some people a tough lesson which they will not forget for years to come. As and how the time passed, Swami lost his charm in the Janata Party, but he started getting more and more close to Rajiv Gandhi. If we have to get some more inputs on this, I can actually tell you what I heard from Roxna Swami. I don't recollect the entire thing, but yes, some things which I have heard from her, I can give inputs to you people on the same. We all were listening to every word of it, and then let's all talk it out. What are the measures we need to take on this? Said Mahajanji. The biggest connections of Swami and the hidden stories behind it. Though I would say Swamiji might not have any hands in the way these people are operating now, but back then there was one time in politics when Chaudhry Devi Lal, Mulayam Singh Yadav, H.D. Devagowda, NTR, within brackets TDP Andhra Pradesh, Kanshiram, This friendship is one of the biggest reasons why there are so many political crimes that have been hidden in our country. And this has been one of the biggest reasons why scams happen as if it is within the family, told Mahajanji. The biggest proof for this is one meeting which happened in Viju Patnaik's house, where there was a discussion that was happening when the Janata Party wanted to bring in VP Singh, who had lost his teeth in the Congress party, but was very popular in his area locally. But then, when everyone wanted to get him on board, the only person who rejected it was Swami, and everyone agreed to it. This was surprising for me because when the meeting that took place had the likes of Lal, Ajit, Patnaik, and others present, yet the decision which Swami took was stuck on too. This is one of the biggest incidents that everyone turned a blind eye to. However, there can be so many reasons attached to it. But then we have to get to the roots of this if we have to do something constructive, said Mahajanji. Taking a break from the person's words, we told the person that we will get in touch with him the next day, as there were so many more doubts ringing in our heads, and we had to do our homework around this. We had taken this decision prior itself that when we have to do internal discussions, we will not have anyone in front of us except for our core team. And that's why we told the person we will meet him the following day, and the person left the place. The points that struck my mind were yes, indeed, this could be a possibility because there was one other person who had given us a similar statement and he had some evidences to back it up with. Now, this evidence cannot be counted as a strong one. It was one of the interviews, or rather, let's say, a write up, which was written by Mrs. Subramaniam Swami. And also, this man who told us these informations told us that you can get a copy of all the discussions that have happened in the Lok Sabha through government websites. Though at this moment I am not sure how to procure it, I do have the link which I had read and which was shared to me on my WhatsApp by Nahar. https://www.telegraphindia.com /7 hyphen days /and hyphen unlikely hyphen relationships CID /1315912. This was one of the links we found out during one of our researches, and whatever this person told that Mahajanji had narrated was clearly mentioned here in this article as well. Let me make my stand clear here yet again. I am keeping an open mind to the narrations this person is making. As I have said earlier, these people have this strategy wherein they keep a track of what all you do. They have those softwares wherein they will track your web activity, your call records, your phone locations. These people are stalwarts in keeping an eye on you. I have my own precautions taken care of, but as I have promised myself to make notes of everything that I am coming across, I am doing so. I have my agenda and plan of action ready on what to present and how to present. But there is no guarantee about tomorrow. If I am breathing while I bring this out, I will make sure I have not given any scope for any controversy or any kind of confusion. But if something happens to me and I am not able to do this, then my only request to the person reading out all this is this what I am writing here is everything that I have gotten to hear from people, verified or unverified. I have made notes of everything here. I will do my verifications before I bring out the angles that are connected to this narration. But then, as I have said, tomorrow is never known. Please be very careful what you are going to do with this. Because remember, people's minds are freshly molded clay. and anyone can make any impact on it. And it is very important how you present it. The first impact you make is the best impact. If your first presentation creates confusion, then all your effort is over. So make sure that you have got the best presentation made so that we can generate the maximum impact towards the mission. Please remember this and understand that though you have the truth besides you, but then there is a ocean of lies and liars who will pounce on you. But the decoration that rather and the decorations that come with it can take a huge toll on the mission. If this plan of theirs sticks, then you will be in a dilemma to first sort out the allegations that come on to you and then start all your work all over again. So be very careful on what you present and focus more importantly on how you present these matters. It is up to you, yes, but when you are a warrior of truth, it comes as an additional responsibility on you to present truth out in a way that you have all the angles covered to ensure that there is no confusion whatsoever around it. The points that we made notes of were to study the relationship between Rajiv Gandhi and Swamiji, to study the happenings around this time, to focus on Hashimpura violence, another huge chapter in itself. We'll get back to it when the right instance comes. I have some research done on this incident too. The reportings that happened during the Babri Masjid demolition, the whereabouts of certain names that we had shortlisted and we were planning to meet, the preparations I need to make before I meet Modi ji and present all these facts in front of him. I have my questions for him and am sure that he will have all his answers ready. If he doesn't, then I'm not sure what I should be doing. Because, as I had said earlier, this is going to be the biggest shock in my life, as this is the same person whom the entire country is looking up to. Yes, there are reasons for us to doubt the man. The reasons are like Jia Khan's justice is still pending. Some promises made during elections are still pending. Crime rates are still the same, though there is improvement. Corruption still remains. But there are some answers as well to these reasons. The filth accumulated over the years will take time to clear off. Only some promises made during the elections are pending, not all. The promises, most of them, have been executed. Crimes have reduced to a great, great low, and the society is improving. What has grown over time, we will need time to root it out. I agree. But then, if you don't have answers, you too fall in the same category. Because for me, someone who doesn't have answers is the one who is not having a clean heart.
Deepti,
It sometimes does happen that situations and incidents repeat. But if there
Deepti,
is an Dhruvaji,
I'm
this is
sorry.
the last slide. Please don't interfere. Let me
No,
complete
no,
it
I
off,
was
then we
just
can talk.
wondering if you needed a break or something because there was some, like, you looked a little disturbed some time back. So the team called me and said, I think she needs a break because you were getting these, what do you say, breaks in between, right? You've been going on and on and on. Maybe a little water will help you if you
No,
need,
no.
just out of
Thank you for your
concern.
concern. No, no, thank you so much for your concern, Dhruvaji. No, I am used to reading 15 slides in one session. So this is the last one. We'll just finish it off and thank you so much for your concern. Okay, so where were we? All right. I agree. But then, if you don't have answers, you too fall in the same category. Because for me, someone who doesn't have answers is the one who is not having a clean heart. It sometimes does happen that situations and incidents repeat. But if there is an explanation, then there is some effort behind it. And this effort always has to be respected. As I have always said, results are not permanent. But if results have come after efforts, then those results are going to stick around for a long, long time. Sometimes, in some instances of life, logic does not hold good. It is up to the onlooker to find logic into whatever is happening around you. It is very easy to conclude on what your eye sees, but it is very difficult to arrive at a conclusion. This journey that I have undertaken had shown me a lot of dead ends, but dead ends never mean to be full stops. And if anyone has the authority to put a full stop to any dead end, then that authority lies only with two people. The first of them is you yourself, and the second of them is the God Almighty. The mission that I have chosen to be the motive of my life and the path that I am on is full of challenges, and me and my team are ready for it. I will stop here. In between, I just read Brindaji's message. I just want to say that I am not that regular on Facebook. I don't use Facebook much. I'm mostly on Twitter. Brindaji, so if I ignore certain messages, kindly understand. I don't visit Facebook much nowadays, especially after I have taken the cases. So,
Okay. So I'm back again. Deepti ji, thank you so much for coming on your own channel and reading the drives for the public. You, in the beginning of the show, you said that you're not a good host, but everybody over here was glued to the screen and was all ears on. See, despite me traveling from one place to another, I myself am glued to the screen. So, as I always say, and I believe a lot of people, the late CDS Bipin Rawat ji of Indian National Army always used to say, सच को बेचना पड़ता है, झूठ बिकता है. सच को बेचना इसीलिए पड़ता है क्योंकि सच का वजन ज्यादा है. ऐसी है दस्तूर इस दुनिया की आज कि सच बिक नहीं पा रहा है, झूठ आसानी से बिकता है. क्योंकि सच इसीलिए बिक नहीं पा रहा है क्योंकि सच को सच्ची की तरह बेचा जाता है, किसी और तरह नहीं.
okay, and I also want to inform our viewers that Dhruva is a part of my team, and without his contribution, it was not possible to have come this far. He plays a
मैडम
very,
मैडम
very
गन्ने
big
के
role.
जड़ पे मत चढ़ाओ. मैं कुछ
No, no,
कंट्रीब्यूशन किया नहीं हूँ. मैं
it's not even his real name. I mean, it's his pseudonym. So it's okay. I mean, I just wanted to give him the credit. He has been a great help in bringing the truth forward in front of the people. Without his help, this wouldn't have been possible. So thank you so much, Dhruvaji, and we'll not take much of our viewers' time. Uh, See, we are always looking forward to your suggestions. कि अगर हिंदी सेशंस भी हम लोग करेंगे बीच में. वी विल कैरी ऑन विद द हिंदी सेशंस, shorter versions, half an hour sessions, so that it will be easy to circulate and spread to people. So we'll come with that, but this is just the beginning, so we are seeing how it goes, and we always look forward to suggestions. आपके, if you can actually in the comment sections you can post your questions that you have. We will try to address it in the next session. And yes, we are not going to stop till we decode. We have just decoded some two and a half, in total, two and a half drives out of the 8 drives. So I don't know what other material, what other information is pending, but still some 5.5, how many? Five and a half. Two and a half we have downloaded. So in total there are 8 drives, so rest is pending, so it's going to be long, it's going to take a long time. Oh, and yes,
trust the agencies for some time at least. Don't tell it will take so long. किसी के हक में आंसू है कि कभी ना कभी एजेंसी बुलाएगी. Why are you always the नास्तिक दीप्ति जी यार? Come on, be
no,
positive.
no. See, agencies, even if the agencies call and accept this, okay, and validate it, and if they validate it, then they will find them to be authentic, and if they take it as evidences, then that's very good, because it will prove that Sushant was never into depression or he was never a druggie. In fact, he was fighting against the drug menace. So it's good if a CBI takes action. I'm not talking about that. Even after submitting these drives to CBI, we can still continue, right? We're informing the public. I mean, CBI can't just say that you cannot share what it is, because if we have nothing to hide, um, Sushant wanted people to know about this. So even if the CBI accepts this
Ma'am,
drive, still
I'm
we can go
sorry.
ahead
I'm
and
sorry to cut you again in between over here. Once the CBI accepts it, right, there is no need of Deepti, there is no need of Dhruva, there is no need of anybody. Because the national agency has accepted it, newspapers will start backing about it.
no, I'm talking about the content of the drives. See, it is very
I'm
valuable.
sorry.
Each word is worth its weight in gold. So, I mean, it has to reach to the people because it's for the common man that Sushant has sacrificed his life. So, it's rightfully, it should go to them. So, that will be my effort because strangely by divine intervention I have been given this task. Our team has had the privilege to lay our hands on such a noble work, so it's just increased responsibility on our shoulders that we have to bring it in front of the public, and then let's see, let us all decide later as we go ahead. Only time will tell. Let's be with the truth and let's not tolerate injustice anymore, is what I have to say. Okay. So
That's
thank you
all
so
for the
much.
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Dhruva.
So,
Thank you for
guys,
being a
let
wonderful host.
host, where was I in the picture at all? Stop buttering me up. I will not fly.
Okay, you
I
gave a
flew,
wonderful.
came down, then attempted suicide on a live stream, bounced back again. Now I am, what you say, calm and composed guy. Give a damn to the society. Do what you feel is right. And until your heart tells you what is right, as Susan said, do it. Because it is you who has to answer yourself. No one can answer for you.
Okay, beautifully said. So let me take your leave from here. We will meet soon again. I will update the timings on Twitter, and also if you have pressed the like and subscribe button, then you will receive notifications when the next session is going to be. We will try to, what do you say, expedite this work and make it faster and sooner, but we have our resources limited as well. So within those, with whatever speed we are able to decode these drives and present them in front of few people, we are doing that. So yes, we
Don't be
need
another
your help in.
Wikipedia, Deepti ji. Yeah. Don't be another
No, no,
Wikipedia.
we
Wikipedia.
see. No, no, it's, I sincerely request the viewers because it's a responsibility is on you as well. Not just listen to it and post comments here. Spread this truth to other people, around you
Yeah.
people. Because if you are convinced about the truth in it, then only you can convince some other person. At least if even one of you is able to spread this truth to 3 to 5 people, and then in turn they spread it to 3 to 5 people, then it will become a movement. We don't need mainstream media for it, right?
Do it.
So it's up to you people how we are going to take this movement from here. So yes, we'll meet again soon. Good night, take care.
Okay. Dipti ji, be here for a quick second so that I can give my closing comments as well. First and foremost thing, what I want to tell everyone over here is that Wikipedia also has started begging, and it was on my channel for the very first time I showed out the flaws on Wikipedia. I don't want any credit for it. The only reason why I'm bringing these points out over here is if something is fabricated, if something is presented with marketing, then take it as a word of God that it is fake. Because truth doesn't need any kind of marketing, truth doesn't need any kind of color, truth doesn't need any kind of flavor. We all are SSRians, and if we really want to be a true SSRian, stop following anything that is being marketed, be it anything under the sun. That's it. Jai Hind.
Good night.